right, everybody. Welcome to the Independent Mouth. I'm your host, Anthony. Whew, it's been nice. A little bit of a break for most people that know. We're going to jump right into things. First and foremost, we'd love to always talk about one of our sponsors, Blinky Minky Blankets. Go to blinkyminkyblankets.com. Use the code The Mouth to get your discount. Go and get yourself your blankets. They have textiles now. They are branching out that business. It is absolutely amazing. I love the blankets there. I absolutely love everything from that place. Not just because they're a sponsor. I have multiple blankets. I will show off those blankets on another show. Again, I've done it previously, but I just want to let you know now, we always love our Blinky Minky blankets. Go to blinkyminkyblankets.com. Okay, let's start with a couple things first. I know what everybody says. Who cares about the Oscars? Will Smith, Chris Rock. Something is not right with the whole situation. Just going to go there. Okay. Before I do that, I just want to let people know I'm transitioning into a new job, got a new job, new position, a lot of responsibilities, phenomenal company. I will disclose all of the details when I can on an official start date, which will be starting very, very soon in the next week. Okay. So doesn't change anything with the show, actually opens up more time for the show, which I will be doing. So with that being said, let's get into everything. Guys, I'm telling you from the beginning, who cares about Will Smith and Chris Rock? What I will say is this. I will say very simply, something is not right. Whether you want to say it's Will, whether you want to say it's this person, I think Jada is as toxic as it gets. The individual who is behind, say, the butt of the joke. First of all, that wasn't even a crazy joke. Okay. That was actually more of a compliment. Okay. It was totally a joke and then a compliment. For Will Smith to get up and what he did, he normalized it. Then he goes and wins an Oscar. That's pathetic. All I'm going to say is this, right? I'm going to pull the cards. If those were white people, there would be a huge issue. We'd all be, somehow Trump's name would be thrown in there for violence. Okay. Second of all, if you can't go tell a joke anymore, there's something wrong with the society. So we have to bow down to everybody for their opinions and everything else, but you can't tell a joke. Okay. If you can't tell a joke, if you can't go and do your normal bit, okay, you don't have to like the joke, then don't applaud. You don't have to like the joke. Don't go watch that comedian. The fact, here's a crazy number. It's like 46% increase after Chris Rock got slapped. So he got slapped and it gave him promotion. Okay. Will Smith had 30 years of goodwill, no pun intended. 30 years, right? Down the drain. All of a sudden, just the public completely flips on him like that, right? Like, that's how finicky Hollywood is. This is why I always said, if you're putting your hopes and trust, please, it's a joke. Okay. The joke's on you. If you're putting your morality, if you're putting everything you got into an actor or an actress, you're out of your mind. That's pathetic. And you get what you deserve. It's like idling a false god. Seriously. It's pretty pathetic. And look at the way that they conduct themselves. You need a pep talk because somebody made one joke about your wife? How mentally weak are you, dude? That's the point I'm bringing up. It's not about whether or not the joke was good, not whether or not the joke landed. The fact that he went up there and violated that. Here's the other part. This is the part that I always bring up. For him to lean in and let that happen, bro, no. Don't care if you're on national TV or not. Will Smith would have caught a backhand. He would have caught the full force. He would have never gotten that close. Period. I don't condone the violence. I don't condone any of it. But you get up to step on my stage at my time? No, man. No. Not going to happen. Sit back down in your seat where you belong. All right, let's get into some news real quick. The AZ, Arizona Attorney General, demands Maricopa County hand over mail-in ballot files after blockbuster findings. It could absolutely change everything. Not talking about what happened here or there. We're just talking about the inconsistencies that have taken over for a long time. If you're interested in that information, is it going to change anything at this moment today, right now? Probably not. Is it interesting to understand and know that most people who are really digging and doing that work, that you weren't wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. The potato in charge, man. He's like an unwashed butt plug. Biden will likely invoke Cold War powers to boost battery metals. White House poised to add battery materials to items covered by Defense Production Act, according to Bloomberg. I mean, did anybody miss the show I did on batteries 2 weeks ago? Go back to the show and listen. It's a fraud. The minerals, everything that's included in those batteries is actually costs more than just using coal. Do we have to go over that? I mean, anyone? 2 weeks ago, I did it. But no, we're not, we won't, right? 2 weeks ago. My gosh. It's bad. Really bad. So bad that people just refuse to and they want to go Green New Deal. I'm not against eliminating carbons. I'm not against any of that. What I'm against is the fact that it actually takes like 2/3 more of the earth to get the materials for the batteries, and the batteries don't generate power. They hold it. All they do is hold it. It's like a Tupperware container for electricity. It's there. You just store it. Oh, the stupidity. It's just stupid because people don't actually read. They read a headline. They go around, batteries are great. Yeah, I got to go back to that. Go 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. Go listen. 2 weeks. All right. This is another hot topic with teachers. Look, I don't care if you're gay, straight, purple, green, 3 fingers, 2 Pishkadeels, and an enormously large gaping butt. I don't care. I don't care who you are, I don't care if you look like a Ninja Turtle. I really don't care. I don't care if you like to pretend you're a bumblebee and jump on flowers. Okay. I don't care. Trying to suck out pollen. I don't care. Nobody cares. Teacher on MSNBC worries he can't discuss his love life with his kindergartners anymore. Kindergartners! It scares me that I'm going to not be able to have these conversations with my children. I don't want to have to hide that my partner and I went paddle boarding this weekend. Why are you telling kindergartners? They want to color with crayons. They want to eat glue. They don't care about the ambiguously gay duo. They don't care. I licked the marker. Welcome to kindergarten. I just don't get it. Here's the other part of the article. Why are teachers seeking affirmation on their private sex lives from our children? Time to focus on math, science, history, and literature, not transgender indoctrination. Once again, don't care if little Molly's going emo. Don't care. Who cares if little Timmy and Sarah make little frilled whips during arts and crafts? Don't care. A teacher is supposed to be neutral no matter what in math, science, history, all of it. Neutral. You can go do your own things on your own time. Absolutely promote it. Don't bring it into the classroom. Why? Because you muddy the waters. You see what's happening here? And when, like, I remember, had some hot teachers, Had some hot teachers. And then there were some that just no, right? Here's the thing. Never cared as a kid. Never cared what you were. I was worried about myself. I was worried about wanting to fit in with those kids. I was worried about things with my friends. Honestly, I was really worried about watching wrestling on the weekend. Like Thursday and Friday came, and it's like, dude, I gotta watch my Saturday, Saturdays and Sundays. And Sundays was the replay Saturday afternoon around 12, 1 o'clock. WWF, baby. Then there was the nighttime ones for WCW, right? That's where we go back. I was worried about playing sports. I was worried about doodling in my notebook when I didn't want to pay attention during class. I wasn't worried whether or not my teacher was having a hot dog eating contest. Didn't care. Did not care. Did you not hear about this lady who was farting in a jar, selling it? Wasn't worried about that. Never crossed my mind. I'm a kid. I'm trying not to have an accident in my pants. I'm trying to say something that makes people laugh. And honestly, I just want to get good grades so I can eat a snack. It's where we should be in kindergarten. My Lord. All right. There was an actual FBI agent that could not disclose whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop was still available, right? Jack Maxey, who possesses a copy of Hunter Biden's laptop, releases 253 emails concerning Hunter Biden's business dealings, Metabiota, a Department of Defense contractor operating in Ukraine, who specialized in research on pandemic-causing diseases. Hunter introduced Metabiota to Burisma. That's huge. Huge. The fact that they want to all throw narratives out there of bioweapons. We've owned biolabs have been in Ukraine. Ukraine's been dirtier since the beginning of time. It's not even a question. Moscow's claims that Hunter Biden helped finance the U.S. military bioweapons research program in Ukraine is at least partially true, right? So all the things, no, doesn't exist. No, doesn't exist. No, that's a lie. According to the new emails obtained exclusively by the dailymail.com, Daily Mail has been around for a long time. Okay. Notice the fake fact checkers are not fact checking the left when they keep saying Judge Jackson is the first black woman to be nominated, making history, right? Her name is Janice Rogers Brown. So why did I bring that up so quickly and close to each other? The narratives that the media spins, you have to learn how to parse this information all day long. This is why we do what we do, why we've continued to do what we do. They will continuously give you false stuff while they fact check you on something else. Ever more is your information, your personal identification, your personal information, everything about you and what you do. Ever more is that ever important to protect. I'll get into more of that in the next couple of weeks and month or so as we move forward. But here's why I also bring that up. Hunter Biden's laptop, man, that's going to come out, all that stuff on there. It's not fake. The fact that there's ties in there between one or the other is crazy. But I'll introduce you and do this really quickly. Check this out. Because this is concerning. The DOJ, Department of Justice spying begins. The SDNY spying campaign on a news outlet with sneak and peek warrants on Project Veritas through Microsoft's email provider, and gag orders against Microsoft from them from talking about it began in November of 2020, only 2 weeks after Project Veritas turned in the Biden diary materials over to the law enforcement. So remember, there's a little timeline there. Okay. SDNY claims, the SDNY, let me say that clearly, claims to be investigating 18 USC 873 blackmail 1952, racketeering, and 2261A stalking. Notably, the SDNY drops all three of these claims by the time of their November 2021 unconstitutional raids of the Project Veritas journalists. Seems their theories of the case aren't supported by the evidence. This is not happening in Russia. This is happening to a news outlet in the United States. And it's unclear whether the DOJ in Washington, D.C. ever authorized these or if decisions were made solely within the SDNY. Okay, usurping of information is a lot to unpack there. Essentially, what's happening. Private information from individuals can be circumvented through the ISPs, through the internet providers, through the email chain. The fact that your information can be taken that way is utterly insane. Just hand it over. No, there's nothing for you to do. Right? You just be sitting there one day and I got charges against you on stuff that is taken completely out of context. That could happen. Okay. Check this out. Canada is putting a stop to this. Now, a lady inside Canada's parliament or their democracy there, what they would consider essentially their Senate or their House building. Then again, Prime Minister who openly admires the Chinese basic dictatorship, who tramples on fundamental rights by persecuting and criminalizing his own citizens as terrorists just because they dared to stand up to his perverted concept of democracy, should not be allowed to speak in this house at all. Mr. Trudeau, you are a disgrace to democracy. Please spare us your presence. Okay. You remember what happened with the fleet of truckers. You remember everything that took place over there. Canada is standing up. What I just read to you before with the DOJ spying, that's not the first time. Does Edward Snowden ring a bell to anybody? He exposed Obama on it. The leaks, the violations of personal information and spying on Americans. Period. It's why he is where he is. Just wanted to be very clear for that for people. Okay. You think it's one thing and it absolutely is not. Keep an eye on it. We'll touch base with it again. We've been digging into these pieces over and over and over again over the last couple of weeks. Now, New York City Mayor Adams is considering deploying a fleet of crime-fighting drones to clamp down on crooks, according to the New York Post. That guy is so full of malarkey. It's unreal. I wanted to use the word malarkey, just had no other time in my life to use the word malarkey and felt very good about its placement right there. What I will say is it took him that long. Now, there's other videos of him not wanting to get into the conversation because he got tons of people to vote for him, and it's screwing those people who voted for him. Welcome. Sorry, guys. You could pick Democrat, Republican, or you could be independent like myself. Independent is the way to go. You need one or the other. Totally get it. It's why I've stayed independent. This guy's a fraud. He's better than Blasio. Let's stay there right now. But he is a fraud. Okay. Remember those 50 chiefs that signed off saying that, all this stuff for Russia and Trump during the elections? Okay. Trump is now suing all of them, and it's in a racketeering case. What did I say? What did I say? Hillary Clinton, the foundation, all of it is part of a RICO case. I said this a year ago. Do your research. You'll find it. Giuliani was the king of it. You could say what you want about him. The dude knows law. The dude is smart. He took down the mafia. Explain to me anybody else who could. They couldn't. The same thing's being taken place. A RICO case has been instated, and we will touch base more with that as it comes together. I have to tell you, keep your eyes peeled. Information is going to drip and drip and drip and drip and drip like a leaky pee-pee. But It will come through. I'm just telling you. All the stuff that you see, smoke and mirrors. All what the media is doing, smoke and mirrors. California tried to pass. No jab, no job. Didn't pass. They killed it. Why? It's a headline. Period. That's all it is. It's a headline. I tried telling you, folks. Tried to be as honest as I could. I told you. Now, some updates real quick. You are going to see some Tank in the Mouth getting rolled out on the show. Hope you enjoy it. It's just casual conversations. A little bit of filler in between what we do weekly here. I'll try and get out a few more shows. The news has been a little low. I didn't really want to go into too much. I'll drop some more entertainment in there along with the news briefs themselves. But for all those people out there that continue to support the show, thank you for the donations. Thank you for all the love and support. I love you. We got WrestleMania this weekend. There's been a lot of really great wrestling on there. Have to give shout outs to the boys. Love me some Chris Jericho and Damian Priest. Love you, buddy. Thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for everything that you have done. We do want to thank, look, anybody who wants gnomes, really quickly, got a really great friend, Bestie. She made a Spider-Man gnome, for my daughter. And then we got a New York Rangers gnome here, so like for my son and my daughter and for me. She makes them and they're lovely. I mean, guys, come on. Who doesn't want look at the little guys, right? So if you want those, we have those. I have people who can make them. Also, I will be updating more and more as we come together with job information and news. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's extremely important that you protect your identity. It's extremely important that you start looking at ways to protect that identity. Okay. Now, final thoughts here on the show. My final thoughts are, do your own research. Treat people with respect. Don't allow Jada Pinkett Smith to influence your life. She's a crackpot. Will Smith is broken internally, and it finally bubbled up to the surface. And Chris Rock can take one hell of a slap. But to be honest, it was a slap. Definitely not warranted in any means. Actually, pretty disgusting. But it just goes to show you what's happened out there. The morality levels, respect levels of people have completely gone down the tubes. Hopefully, we can get back to that. And I do think that we can. So with that being said, I just want to tell everybody I love you. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you for everything that you do. Once again, I am your host, Anthony, and you've been listening to The Independent Mouth, and we'll see you next week at the next show. I love all you folks. We'll see you soon. Thanks again.